Alright, hello everyone. Welcome. Ugh. Sorry, I sneezed before recording, I guess I... Still feeling it. Jeez. Makes it sound extraordinarily dramatic. Okay, so I don't know if I have too much to say this week. Resource drive still going on, 4.3 still happening. I know. I had a P4 with attachment. Where is my gun? You silly game. Oh wow, okay. Guess it would probably be this one. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm kind of... Yeah, 4.3's on the horizon. The Kruger L21 Woof is, you know, known to the public. Mostly known to the public. If I have any problems with that, it's that they didn't put it in the files for people to data mine. That's, I guess, one thing we can talk about. Not, like, really a huge thing. I'm trying to remember. Okay, I do have the tractor beam equipped. I will say right off the bat, actually, with the, okay, so there used to be the Oxy cutter tool, and it was supposed to use for, like, cutting rates or cutting things. And I'm not 100% sure what they're gonna do, but, that tool just straight up does not work anymore. But you can go and you can, you can use the mining tool, actually, to damage stuff. So, and I tried it out. It feels like it doesn't want to work. Like, it does extremely low amounts of damage. In comparison to, what I think the Oxy Cutter did before. But the Oxy Cutter just will not actually, like, function at all. So, it's kind of like, you know... And the reason I know this is because of the Onyx facilities. I saw a thing from Mr. Kraken's guide on the Onyx facilities, and he mentioned there's like some stalactites that you can break with the mining tool. It was like, that gives me an idea. So that was my idea. And it seems like it was a thing. Did I... Stored at Seraphim Station. Yeah, let's get the C1 out. So where am I at? Where am I at here? So, I don't know. There's not too much to say. Maybe this will just be more of a gameplay video. That'd be fun. Dude, oh man. Whenever there's some hilarious moments sometimes on Star Citizen subreddit. Somebody was like, I don't know, somebody's had a post that was like, stop whining about Star Citizen, or stop whining about X problem, and then somebody was like, hey, stop whining about whining about X problem. And people were just like, stop whining about Star Citizen. I loved that. Yeah, we don't need the...
Please visit us again.
You know what, actually, we will get the Star Lancer.
Welcome.
I don't know if I've shown off my ArcWarp branded Star Lancer. I believe there's a bug with the Ursa and the Star Lancer. I think, honestly, actually, last time I phased through the ramp So I'm kind of like, eh. But yeah. So Second Life resource drive, where am I at? I'm here. Finish Microtech. Well, finished R-Corp, finished Microtech. I got the second rewards for each. I don't know. I really wish they would just give a fucking date for these events. I think that the idea of them ending it on a patch is stupid, because you don't know when the patch is going to release. You're saying, hey, we're going to be running this event at a random point in time, which, like, oh my god. Which I think is really silly. Just commit to a date. Overcommit. Yeah, have this event, like, and events should not be determined by when the patch goes out, I think. I mean, maybe now when we're like, oh, like, this mission content is the new thing that's happening. Especially, like, oh, you know what? Here's a radical idea. Make the event missions, put them as regular missions in the PU, and then, you know, test them there. And then, after you've gotten data, you're not going to get as much data because it's not an event and people aren't going to be like, oh, I'm going to go out and do these new missions. No, people, depends on what the missions are, but people who are interested in them will try them out. People who aren't won't, so. What was I gonna say? Okay. Oh, you know what? I should probably close that, shouldn't I? What was he gonna say? Yeah, we'll... try and tighten up here. Okay, so, like, with resource drive, do I want to go and finish, Hurston and Crusader? Honestly, fucking no. I'm just, I don't know. I've done the event. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know, dude. I do have some minables that, a few minables. I need to sell them. It's not all mission required stuff, but like, so. You know. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, the resource drive has came and went, and I think everybody's got, you know, has gotten their opinions out about it. It was not great, and they should do better, because they definitely can do better. I do think at the end of the day, communication is probably the biggest thing, but, you know, that's whatever. You know. Well, communication, I guess, is my biggest problem. I guess it's a management thing. And I think, like, yeah. But I have been enjoying, like, all the mercenary stuff that's, you know, been going on and been happening. I really wish that these missions, these are mostly derelict outposts, I really fucking wish they would show up. Like, if I'm at Microtech, I only want to go and do derelict outposts at Microtech. And that seems like an issue that, with the current mission system that, like... Well, I mean, it seems like it shouldn't be a urge. I mean, they can do missions that, like, hey, these are Microtech missions, they only pop up when you're around Microtech. Here are missions that only pop up around... Here are some missions that only pop up around, and here are some missions that are, you know, like, you might want to plan stuff out, like the event missions, you know, that take you to, or like a big mission, like the Hathor and Stormbreaker stuff, and all that jazz, you know? And the hauling stuff as well, because you want to be able to plan it out. Excuse me. Oh, good lord. What was I gonna say? I'm gonna say something else about Resource Drive. I don't know, I feel like it was. I don't know, there's... Well, like I said, a lot has already been said, and it's like stuff that definitely does need to be, you know, like, talked about and considered and, you know, kept in mind for the future, please, CAG. But... What? 4.3 is on the horizon. The Kruger light fighter that I've been fantasizing about is apt to come out. I mean, like, there's a non-zero chance. I'm recording this at 3 a.m. I'm recording this 3 a.m. at on Saturday, August 9th. Vor Day has passed, by the way. Happy late Vor Day. For anyone who celebrates. But I do have to say that I've been finding that maybe I go through some spells with vehicle combat, but I'm like, I kind of fucking hate vehicle combat or space combat. Don't even know about vehicle combat, to be fair. You know? But yeah, so honestly, like, the Kruger light fighter does seem like I might buy it. I'm gonna mess around with credit, so I'm gonna probably have LTI on it. And if I don't like it, I can upgrade to something. Use it as an excuse to upgrade to something. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. I'm still... my current plan is to melt my medical Pisces and then upgrade to whatever's $5 underneath the war bond, and then buy the war bond, and then upgrade my MTC to $5 below whatever the war bond is, and then spend $5 on the thing. If we're gonna have a price prediction here, I don't know if it's a light fighter or an interceptor. I saw somebody say like 150 if it's a light fighter, 200 and if it's a medium fighter. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, this is a human fighter. Maybe it'll be more expensive than the Gladius. but I think the Gladius is the benchmark there. The special version, the Gladius is $90, and the currently is $90, and the special versions are $100, I believe. And hell, maybe 110. The Buccaneer is 110, and I think the Talon is 120. And if it's more expensive than the Talon, then it's a cash grab bullshit move, and CAG should fucking feel ashamed of themselves. Alright, I think I want to get out, or I think I want to, like, stop at half a click. I feel like that was too much. I feel like it was too close. I feel like I've overshot. I can hear gunfire, which makes 0 sense, but this thing actually breaks pretty well, I think. Could have been... No, actually, yeah. I mean, I could have positioned myself better, but actually that was pretty good. I don't know. And maybe I need a little bit more justification for the light fighter thing. My thought is that, the light fighter is for the real, like, okay, the C1 is for moving, like, decent amounts of cargo. I can maybe put a crafting machine in the back and sort of work. It can sort of function as a mobile base for me. Possibly. Also, some of the NPCs, it feels like they're kind of slowing down a little bit. In terms of, like, somebody should be walking down the door right now, or walking down these stairs right now, and they're not. And if I really wanted to... I have gotten to the point where I'm confident enough that I can take that room, but it's also a thing of, depending on how slow they are to react, which frankly is like, I feel like there was a time where they acted a little faster, so, but but this gives me a little bit of time for them to have potentially moved down the stairs. I've got one less enemy to deal with. I don't know where that last guy went, probably on the bottom. Door prompt doesn't show up at the correct time because why would it? Sorry, so yeah. So, my thought process is that the light fighter is there for, like, explicitly for combat. The Reliant is there as my sort of daily driver. That it should be able to do some combat. It should be able to, just be my go-to for, I need something quick, small, and efficient to take me, you know, around a planet for mercenary missions. Fucking Christ, door open. For God's sakes. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, and the Pisces is there because I need a game package. Yeah. Would I prefer a medical Pisces or regular Pisces? It frankly doesn't matter. I also probably wouldn't recommend actually using the melee stuff. In the future, they mentioned in the latest monthly report that they are going to have a melee button, and frankly, the way that the AI works right now is not amazing. Genuinely could see them, like, you get to jump on them, and for some reason they just auto counter you. For no goddamn reason. And it's just a thing we'll have to live with. The reality of. Yeah. And yeah, I do think there's been a lot of wild speculation and no rumors about the L21. I will say that, I don't know exactly what the inspiration for Kruger is, necessarily. The way they designate their things, letter dash number, 2-digit number, that was kind of pathetic. There was a time where he kind of was dancing between my shots, though. I know that H and K, Heckler and Koch, the gun people, the people that made the MP5, they had a similar naming convention, where they had, like, the C91, the, HK... I'm trying to think. Was it the C91, the C54, or the K54? The MP5 was not, like, an HK designation. I think... Well, okay. I don't think the letter... Or I don't think the... Sorry. What the... No, yeah. I'm a dumbass. I don't think the letter actually meant anything, necessarily. But you would have a C91 and a C54. Like, C91, the 9 meant that it was like a full rifle, a full-length rifle. Well, okay, 9 meant that it was a civilian rifle. 1 meant that it was in 308. So you would also have the C31, which was the military version. The civilian market knows it as the C91, because, I mean, there was a full auto on it, on the military rifle, but anyway, the HK, the 54 was, 5 was, like, submachine gun, and, 4 was 9mm, and there was a 51, so it was submachine gun in 308, but that's completely unrelated. So the idea of the P52 and the P72 and the L21, I don't know, because, like, it depends. It depends. I could frankly see that CIG sees these numbers and sometimes, or sees a designation and just comes up with a good number, which is also a legit way of doing it. But, there is some precedent, like, actually, I'm trying to think. I think, well, 357 Magnum is not actually a .356 bullet. It's is it .355? Yeah, it's .355. No, I'm sorry, it's .356. Yeah. 9x18 Makarov is .361, I think, or something. But 357 sounds a lot better than 355. At least to somebody. And I think it does. we can go and do that. If it's light out. So I don't know. Obviously, I think if there is any scheme to that, and the reason I care is in part due to the fact that we're looking at new manufacture and trying to understand, some things like what their naming convention means. I feel like that's kind of, I don't know about important necessarily, but it's kind of a, just a nice thing to do. So yeah, I guess, because I'm trying to think, technically isn't the Merlin an interceptor? So 5 is an interceptor, 7 is a racer, and I guess, by that logic, 2 is a light fighter. And because it's the 52 and the 72, it's perhaps 2 is the... Now, it could be that, 2 is the basic frame. It could also be that 2 is the... 2 dignifies that it's a... indicates that it's a snub. P is the frame or series. Or the make, I guess. Or the... No, I'm sorry. The model. Yeah, I don't know. And I guess, theoretically, as far as I know, you could swap the letter and the number to exactly what that denotes, but also, are they, well, I don't know. Because, again, it's a snub versus a light fighter, so there is some precedent for, oh yeah, no, these two things are absolutely different. Also, we're not doing this in the dark. And yeah, so what happens if I don't like the wolf? Which is a good question. I'm assuming that it's not going to be more expensive. Then I'm assuming that it's going to be cheaper than the C1 / the Raft. So if I really hate the thing, I could upgrade to the Raft / C1 and upgrade my current C1 to something else, but it's a toughie, because it's yeah. But the idea of potentially consolidating my fleet is okay. I was recording a Starfield video that I was talking about my fleet. It was, oh my god. If you fervently watch all of my content, then the content for this week, the Starfield videos for this week, 501 to 505, because I'm doing them 1 episode a day as opposed to 2 now. Or I'm gonna try that anyway. Yeah, it's a thing. But yeah. Oh, these are also the defend missions, which is a good thing to remember. Oh yeah, these things are back. They're fun. They take a bit. They are maybe a little less efficient than the basic missions, but remember when they had a scaling, there was a mission that paid 100k before the inflation happened. And it was like it was a crazy wave defense. I mean, honestly, like, I hate the fact that the ghillie missions are the way they are. They pay out too much. They are just the thing to do. I mean, I don't think it's a terrible idea necessarily to have a training mission, you know, and it's just something that is, you show up, and it's somehow not going to be necessarily life or death, and it's going to be more focused on a thing of, like, just go fight these ships, or just, like, you know, hey, maybe you haven't played in a while and get back into the swing of things. I mean, that's not at all what those missions are, in truth, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It would be nice if that was the case, though. But yeah. It would be nice to have, like, a FPS mission that's go to a hostile bunker and 3 waves of very tough enemies for like 200k. I would be over the moon at that. I don't know how much I would do that mission, but I think I would do that mission. I think I wouldn't have before, but I'm like, I can handle it. I'm a big boy. I'm a big bun. Even if I could only do it with friends, that would be good. Oh, I was gonna say, I am a little bit, like, craving the Pioneer. But obviously the Pioneer, I don't think the Pioneer is gonna be, I don't know. So, base building isn't happening this year. Base building, I don't even think it's happening next year. I think the only way that base building happens next year is, it's either at the end of the year. It's either at the end of the year, or, Squadron 42 releases early in the year, which I don't think is gonna happen. I want it to happen, but it's very wishful thinking, and I have no reason to believe that will happen. No. It'd be really nice if they had a script to just very aggressively get out of the elevator. Because I've got a rifle. Nothing else to, oh jeez. Well, this is embarrassing. Probably could have done something better there. What was I going to say? I have actually started using... Oh, Jesus. I was playing around with, yeah, that's really not great. Gun? Jesus. You hit the gun button, you don't get a gun, you're like, what the fuck is happening? At least I get some more ammo here. Okay, that gun really wanted to see me. That gun wants to be a part of my family. It's like in Pokemon. Whenever they catch a Pokemon in the anime nowadays, it's always like the Pokemon that is like, I am coming with you. You don't have a say in the matter. Oh, I'm capped at 82. Interesting. Seems like a weird number, but okay. The 890, what I really want is just the ability to go on expeditions, as I'm gonna call them, where I just take a ship. And I just go out in the middle of nowhere. Or I just, like, you know, I don't want to have to deal with a station if I can help it. So if I can just take an 890, do some mercenary missions, some ground FPS missions, with like a snub or something, then, cool. Ah, shit. It was an interesting tempo I kept there. I was gonna pick up some ammo. Oh jeez. I know that everybody is down here, so that's good. I don't know what I hope that these medipens are not, or med pens aren't an addictive substance, because if they are, then I'm hooked. Got any herbal remedies? Oof. I think I like staying at the top more a little bit. I will say that what I've seen of what I've seen from the Onyx facilities, I am excited about. It seems like they're the same location. Every 100 locations is the exact same layout, which is sad and kind of really disappointing. But it seemed like the general idea, the concept, seems like a better way to create a dungeon, for lack of a better term. Stupid fucking boss enemies. That was a good throw. gun! Oh. That was a good throw, but not a good look. Gun? Gun! What the fuck?! Oh, Jesus. Oh, what the fuck?! What the fuck?! Oh my god! Fucking, what the, what is that? What the fuck? Jesus Christ! What the shit? Do I still have my pistol? No, I don't! What the fuck was that? I don't even know. My gun wouldn't shoot. My gun still won't shoot. Jesus fuck, man. I know how to fix this, but I needed to run. I was like, okay, let me make sure my pistol's good. My pistol's just... Oh, why is... Oh no, that's not my pistol. Wait, why... Wait, I dropped the thing. Oh my god. Oh, fuck off! My gun is... I can't equip my gun. Oh, at least that's... At least my pistol's back. The entire inventory is just fucking broken. Holy Christ. Everything is just fucking broken. Okay. And it, okay, yeah, like the server's gonna crash, I'm pretty sure. Please, fucking server, just crash, Jesus Christ. I literally... Mashing the 2 button. Okay, that's... We have that back, I guess. Cool. Jesus Christ. Sorry. That was a total... That was a unnecessary freak out. But Christ, everything just breaks. Oh, why does that... Why? Everything just broke. Out of nowhere. I don't know what to make of that. My performance has been... Could have been better. This guy's performance could have also been better. Jesus Christ, dude. Whoa. Gun just went extra zoom there for a second. Okay, cool. Okay. Alright. Losing my voice slowly but surely. From random freakouts. That's always fun. Oh, can I make this throw? Oh, he went the other way. The grenade... I can pretend that the grenade did something there. But I know it didn't. It's a shame that the take all button is kind of more reliable. I mean, well, okay, I guess not really. I guess that's actually kind of good. It's a shame how much more reliable it is. I was thinking of, like, speed, but there... like, okay, that's kind of pathetic. Also, you know what I fucking hate? Okay, there is a problem where, like, when you try and take an armor piece off of an enemy and, like, drop it so you can pick it up with your own bare hands, it just doesn't want to work, and it's like, ugh. Also, no loot box... Well, okay, no weapon armor boxes... is sad. Well, slightly terrifying freak out aside, that went well. It always happens. Something always happens. And this, you know, sometimes you play Star Citizen, sometimes Star Citizen plays you, blah blah blah. Really wish they could fix the interaction thing. Like, they were like, oh, we got it better. I don't think they got it. They did make it better. I think it got worse again, and I'm not quite sure why. I really wish I had a better explanation of why, but, like, it does sort of randomly get finicky when you would think it wouldn't. I'm trying to think, because I don't think these guys have really great things in their backpacks. I think they just have, like... Wait a minute, what the fuck is that? Oh, Mirage? FS9's probably more useful. Mirage? What? Hang on, I'll look at that when I actually can. I don't think there's anything, like, super valuable here. It'd be really nice if it was, like, the pristine Tavaran War trophy or war medals and things like that. That'd be nice. When did they add this? Purple? Kind of the scorched case hardened thing a little bit? Get it out into the light. The AtScav is complete ass, and it's a shame. But it is. Kinda looks cool, though. Is there Mirage armor? I feel like there might be. I do like the scope, though. Scope is nice. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else there is to say. I will say that, okay, so, I'd hate the idea of being able to tell when a patch drops because of anything other than PTU performance. But I heard some opinions, some theories that the Kruger light fighter, the sneak peek that took forever that showed up instead of a Friday, it showed up on a Sunday. It had a clock. Its clock was set to 12:08, which in the non-US date format means that possibly could not imply anything, or it could imply that it's going to come out on August the 12th, which is a Tuesday, which is possible. It seems possible. There's also a thing about it releasing, well, as I'm recording, August 9th, today, because they mentioned a thing that happened on August 9th in the splash screen. That's probably both of them aren't hugely likely. I guess really I need to go into the... If you want to know, you gotta go into the... you have to go into the patch notes and see all the known issues. And that's probably a better indication of anything than just random theories I don't even know if that clock was set to 12:08. If it wasn't set to 12, if it wasn't, it was definitely set to 12 something. It might not have been 8, which would imply, yeah, like if it was going to be anything, it was going to be that. So I won't keep you. I don't have too many more things to say. Besides that, hopefully the next Star Citizen Weekly, I'm flying around the Wolf and having a great time, or complaining about the Wolf, or possibly having a great time and complaining about the Wolf, or hating the Wolf and complimenting it, or any combination of those things, or all of them at the same time, or none of them, because, gotta keep things crazy. If you're watching this when I release this, I will be streaming Star Citizen. I stream Star Citizen on Sundays, sometimes Wednesdays, especially if there's an event going on. And it might just be the case that I stream Star Citizen a lot on Wednesdays. And Minecraft on Mondays, and RPGs on Friday. At twitch.tv/Rylu with an underscore. My referral code is in the description. Links to everything else is also in the description. Yeah, until next time, have a good day, great day even. Chowskis.